the Victim to Victory podcast series. My name is Tracy Cook, and this series gives a voice to those that have overcome challenges in all forms that dare greatly to share their real stories, amazing humans that have seen hope, risen above those adversities to become victorious, that go on to support and inspire others to do the same. And today I've got a very special guest from North Carolina in the US, Arthur Mitchell. We're going to call him Art, and he has got a powerful message to share with us. Welcome to the Victim to Victory podcast series. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Tracy. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Now, I just want to give a little bit of a background, and I don't want to take away from your story because I want you to tell your story. Obviously, you tell it better than anybody else, and it's very powerful. And we'll be sharing how people can connect with you as well. Art was diagnosed with an eye disease, and he's going to go into his story for that as well. And he's turned his pain into purpose, which is a powerful message, an absolutely powerful message. And he's a husband, and he's got 3 beautiful children, and he's gone on to work with youth as well. Now, that is just a very broad, quick spectrum of the amazingness and the powerfulness of Art. So where does your story begin? And let us get to know you. Who is Art?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Arthur Mitchell. I'm 38 years old from Charlotte, North Carolina. And yes, Tracy, I got an unusual story. Let's take you back a little bit. Remember, let's go to the age of 6 years old. I know the age of 6-year-olds, a lot of people out there want to go play in the jungle gym, want to go to the sand, or want to do hide and seek. But at the age of 6, I was trying to see. See, at the age of 6, I was diagnosed with an eye disease called keratoconus. And what keratoconus is an eye disease where how your eye is oval, but mine's like a football shape, pressing on my pupil, allowing my vision to be blurry. So finding it out at the age of 6 became very unusual for me, having an unusual childhood, not able to go outside with the crowd, not able to do certain things because first I had to try to see and not run into nobody, but also understand the disease I had. So having the disease at the age of 6, I found out that rarely in the disease, it happens when the age of 15 on up. So having the age of 6 became unusual for me because neither my parents knew what was going on, it was something new. Never had any symptoms, but to go to an eye doctor and find out I have keratoconus was unusual. So it allowed me moving forward to try glasses. Now glasses worked for a while, but it wasn't strong enough for my disease to make me see better. So they went from glasses to stronger prescription. And doing all this, people were wondering what's going on with me, calling me names, being bullied. So much going on that I dealt with because I didn't know when to tell them what's going on. Because if I tell somebody to this day, they wouldn't know what keratoconus is unless I explain it. So telling them at that age, I just brush it off, whatever. But and look at having contacts, and if a contacts, they work well because with a contact, it goes on your cornea, and it allows your vision to be clear, and it worked. But at the age of elementary, middle school, I was kind of careless. Either I went to sleep or I step on it. Different things happen, but they also irritated my eyes, so I couldn't wear like that. So I ended up getting sent to a doctor in Durham, North Carolina, and to do medical center, and they told me about a procedure called cornea transplant. And what a cornea transplant is basically you getting a donor of another cornea of a deceased person. And it gives you make your vision different. It gives you that cornea to see better. So I ended up getting my first one because I wanted to be able to see. Because I know we didn't really know much about it, but I know I wanted to see. I was tired of not doing what I want to do, not be able to play sports like I wanted to, not be able to do the normal things because couldn't really see at nighttime because of the glare. And daytime I like sensitive, so I was to myself that much. I didn't really want to go out there and do different things. So when I found out about this procedure, I went ahead and got it. Didn't know 7 surgeries later that it was gonna be that many surgeries. Had 7 eye surgeries, and people are like, man, you had 7 eye surgeries. I said the same thing. Yes, why? Because people get leg surgery or ACL tear, they get the surgery or heart treatment, but having somebody go directly to your eye 7 times, it was kind of difficult. So I dealt with that because I don't know it kept rejecting. Every time it kept rejecting the both eyes. And the doctor couldn't see why, so had to go there again. My last one was a cataract surgery. So the last one, cataract surgery, made my vision turn from a 20 over 200 to now a 20/40 and 20/50, and that's where I stand. And now I haven't worn glasses in 5 years, and that's a point where I know now it's time for me to tell my pain it's a purpose.
That is just amazing. I mean, at 6 years of age, that probably encompassed a bit of, like you said, a bit of bullying and things like that as well, because kids can be cruel because kids don't understand, or they're conditioned by their parents.
Yes,
And
man.
to have not only a physical barrier, but to also go through having the trouble with your vision and 6 eye operations.
Yes, man. Sick.
Wow, I couldn't even imagine. And that's mentally draining as well, to keep going in, having the surgery, prepare, and having to keep
Yes.
going back. That's a mindset shift. So do you think that that actually made you stronger in your mindset? Does that actually make you more focused, or was there an area where it was quite depressing?
It was definitely everywhere quite depressing because I'll never forget I just got married and my wife, she didn't really know too much about the surgery, but I explained to her when we got married so she can do the research and know if anything happened, what to do. So I ended up having my sixth eye surgery, and when I woke back up from anesthesia, my eye was still the same, still blurred. I didn't know what was going on. Couldn't see. I said, why I can't see now? I know the other ones I had maybe 2 or 3 days later, take the patch off, do the eye drops was good, but this one I couldn't see the same way I came in. I came back out the same way now. And I went to the depression stage. I went to a stage with no loneliness. Like nobody came by, saw me. Nobody understood what's going on. Nobody checked up on me. Just me and my wife and my kids. And I went to her. Never forget. I went to her, Miss Tracy. I said, why does every time something go good, it gets bad? I broke down. So I was confused. I said, I had 6 eye surgeries. I've been dealing with this 6 years old. Why does this keep on happening to me? Why I can't get better? Why I can't see better? Why I can't do the normal thing as a kid, as an adult at that time better? And she just hugged me and said it's gonna be okay. But yeah, it was very depressing. But in that depressive stage, after I got out of that, I was able to understand now, the strength I had. Anybody that can do it through 7 eye surgeries, got to be strong.
Oh,
No,
gotta be 100%. 100%. There's always a lesson to be learned with whatever is delivered to us, right? It's like you're there to get a message, and it's not always clear at the beginning. And how brave and passionate for your wife and your family to stand by you and support you through all of those surgeries as well. She must be an amazing woman.
yes, man. Yes, man. I love it. Definitely. It's been 7 years, and when she first found out about it, she was just curious, like if I go blind, what to do. So she had questions, everything. But after the one that she seen me with, the six when I broke down, she really understood our pain I was going through and just comforted me and kept me motivated and just told me it's gonna be okay because I really needed that. Like no, my friends came by, nobody checked up on me, and like I was like, what's going on? Like I can't see, and then I can't see nobody coming to me. So it was just so much. But like I said, it strengthened my mindset to know that no, if you can go through this, you go to anything. And I always tell people, man, only the strong survive. And you
Oh,
got to be
only
strong.
the strong. And you are
Yes,
one
man.
of the strong, my friend. You are one of the strongest people to go through that, and to have your family stand by you and to persevere and to go into a surgery and still come out the same. I mean, that's a really hard, challenging overcome.
Yes,
So
man.
where did your journey take you after that, Art?
Well, after that, it took me to a place where okay, now I know it's not about me and my family. Now I know I gotta do have to shift, have to do a paradigm shift, have to really understand the purpose of why this kept happening, and really the outcome behind all this. Because I was still kind of confused, but I ended up getting into this community that helped me really restore my mindset, give me a great personal development, and helped me find what I was going through, how to turn it my pain to purpose, how to pivot it, how to mindset shift, how to really take this and really help others understand that if you can do it, they can do it too.
Definitely, because when we actually pave the way. And when we share our stories and the power of our stories, we're giving people a helping hand up and not a push down. We're more relatable, and people don't feel as alone, do they? When we share our stories, they're like, oh, I know somebody who's got that, or somebody in my family's, you know, been through that, or I've been through that. And the connection through mindset and sharing stories is very, very powerful. And we all have the greatness within us, don't we? You know, like the famous Les Brown says, you know, we've got the greatness within us.
Yeah.
And you know, when we find the message in our mess, that's when we know what our greatness is, and it pushes us towards our passion and our purpose 100%.
Yes, man, that's so true. Yes, ma'am.
So where did when you've connected with your community and you're doing personal development and you're growing internally and you're becoming possibly more confident, where did that lead you next?
It leading me next to actually creating my brand, which I have on now, the I Am brand. I have my shirt on, the
Oh
I
yeah, I am.
Am, and the actual stands for I Am Art and Mitch, but there's a message behind what I say because the words are I am bold, I am smart, I am confident, I am determined, I am successful, I am enough. And in those affirmations, I had to speak those to me daily to get through this, get through my everyday life, my everyday routine. I woke up, I pray, I read my word, I speak the affirmations because it got me through a lot of defining situations where I know that when I feel like giving up, I read, I am bold, I am smart, I am confident. So allow me to create my brand to help others with disabilities and different kind of things that go into life, if not disability, but in life and in business as well, to give my hope, a promising future over that rainbow, to know, to get that you can do it, that you are great, you are successful, no matter what it look like, no matter who you are, no matter where you came from. You know, you are great, you are bold, you are smart. And if you believe that, you can achieve it.
100%. And where can you go through the I ams again? I am.
I am bold, I am smart, I am successful, I am determined, and I am enough.
Oh man, that is powerful. And when you're saying them to yourselves in an affirmation every single morning, if that doesn't shift someone's mindset, if that doesn't make them dig deeper to find the greatness within themselves, I don't know what will. And it's a fantastic brand, everybody. I am. You need to look up Art and check out his brand because it stands for something. It actually stands for something. It's not just putting words on a t-shirt and selling t-shirts. This is a brand of empowerment. This is a brand where it's helping young people to have a brighter future. Now, tell us a bit more about that kind of like the pipeline you've got with the youth at the moment.
Yes, man. Well, one thing I do with youth, I give them coping strategies and support to help them being bullied through their disabilities. Because a lot of times, I learned a lot of times we don't know how to handle certain situations with disabilities. Whether it's ADHD or different kind of ailments we go through that they don't know how to handle it. So I wrote a book also as well called the 6 Tips to Cope with Having a Disability. In that book, I give and I teach kids the 6 strategies that I use to help them with help them cope with the disability, and help them understand who they are, even talk about personal development, and then just creating different hobbies to get your mind off the negativity. Because I found out too is you got that, if you have a hobby, something that that you love and do, you'll focus more on that than what you're going through. So allow your mindset to shift to a positive way that you can not only think about that, but to you create different momentums or different changes in your lifestyle to give you that push or that encouragement to keep on going and moving further in life.
100%. And just even having those empowerment strategies that you're delivering, it's kind of, this is where I was, this is how I overcome, these are the empowered strategies that got me through the darkest times, and it can help you too. It's kind of like a shortcut, like a how-to guide, right?
Yeah.
And what are some success stories or some testimonials you received off sharing your messages? Has what kind of lives have you changed?
Yes, man. That's great you asked. I've been talking to I joined some Keratoconus groups on Facebook. So I end up I'm becoming a mentor on there. No, didn't know too much about it, but I reached out to 2 kids and I've been helping them. And the guy the other day put on my Facebook page that I want to let y'all know this man right here and help me out. No, I have keratoconus, but his encouraging words and him telling me it's gonna be okay, allowing me to get through my surgery well. He's doing well now. We talk every day. Then I had an actual guy that he inboxed me about being a mentor through keratoconus, and I've been helping him as well. He saw my documentary that I made with keratoconus, and it really gave him a better mindset shift of having the disease, because he just got it and he know how to handle it. But because my documentary, me talking to him, he's not able to handle it more better and handle the situation while he's in school as well.
That's so powerful. And you're just probably, well, I know you are, not probably, you are helping so many people, and especially for young men, especially, or any age, men, especially the younger ones. If they're going through kind of the bullying, they're going through the disempowerment, they're lost, they don't have a direction, maybe they don't have a father figure or a bigger brother figure to kind of guide them in the right direction, then they can go into deep places of depression if they haven't got a mentor there to kind of point them in the right direction, say it's going to be okay, get up, you can do it, I've got you, this is what I experienced, I hear you, I gotcha, and I know what you're going through. And where are you today? What other kind of community work, and how's your mindset at the moment? Because you've been on quite a journey already.
Yes, man. Well, my mindset right now, when the mindset is it's in a place now where I'm here to impact much of people as possible. I work with various organizations. I work with schools. I just got an email about a school I'm about to start working with now. I'm doing different charity volunteer work with place called Champion Health Care with Disabilities, and I'm just out there, man, trying to make an impact on people, and giving them a hope. And I tell people all the time that your mind matches your destiny, and it's possible, and that if you believe in what you're doing, it's going to be okay. And I give them that message because I also have a thing where it took me to a place in this pandemic, with everything going on. They call it this power in the pandemic. Now, in this pandemic, it really strengthened my mindset, because mental health is real, and dealing and having a disability in this whole coronavirus thing can get you really depressed, get you really on your mind in the dark place, like you said, and things happen. So I decided to create my brand in a pandemic and wrote 2 books that allowed me to continue to keep my strength going, my momentum going, and to give people a promising future that it's gonna be okay. That no matter what it look like, you're still human, you're still great, you're still good at what you can do, and you can still can conquer your goals. Though, don't stop, keep on going, because of the pandemic don't mean that you can't be successful and achieve every goal that you desire to go out and reach.
Fantastic. And how old are your children, and what are they thinking about your messages, and how's it affecting your family? I bet you they're just super proud of their dad.
Yes, man. I got the name of my company is Zaj Inspirations, and it's my kid's name is ZAJ, as Amaya, Ariana, and Jaden, and they're 10, 6, and 5. And they love what Daddy doing. They see Daddy all the time working down. I know when they first told them about my disease, there was no asking questions, and me and my wife sit down and talk to them. So now they can tell you my story. I was able to instead of know what Daddy went through, how Daddy had the surgeries and different things, and to see how hard they're working with the brand. And I am, they around the house saying I am all the time. They want to wear a shirt, they want to tell people about it. So and everybody's really happy about the place we at now. We just continue to grow, and we want to make this a movement. We don't want to let people know that I am, that you are somebody, no matter what. And now my kids know about it, my wife know about it, my family support me. So things are really going good with that. Even if I say, once again, it's pandemic, we're still in a place where we're still going to create impact and make moves.
I think it's fantastic. So you're building a legacy. You're empowering your children to be the very best versions of themselves, and to see people as they are, because to see the abilities in the disabilities, right? To be able to meet people where they're at, and just accept people for who they are, what they are, regardless, right? Your legacy that you're leaving to your children, and your children will go on and impact generations as well. I think that is just such the way forward, especially in 2020, showing those signs of empowered hope and that movement behind the message as well, and being consistent with your brand and your message and all of the people that you're touching. And When you're going out, are you going into the schools speaking as well?
Right now, everything is virtual, so we're just doing virtual. Not yet. I know people. Actually, the kids are about to start going back to school in November, but it probably won't be no on hands-on things probably next school year or next year. But everything's been virtual, which is okay because I know I'm able to see their faces and see their paying attention in the rather with the classroom. People looking here and here, so I've been doing that virtual and I'm getting some good feedback with that. And people just been hearing my story. Been a couple of podcasts. People just hear my story and the power behind it. So that's what I've been doing.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. And everybody, if you're listening and light bulbs have just gone off, if you've got goosebumps from the inspiring words of Art and his empowerment movement, he is an amazing father. He is an amazing husband, and he is actually changing and no doubt saving lives. He is being there probably for people that don't have anyone to be there, or they don't have anybody in their circle that has been through what Art has been through. 6 eye surgeries. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the mindset shifts or the places your mind would go going through 6 eye surgeries, being bullied and things like that? That is just not a nice place to be. So what kind of message today, Art, would you like to leave our audience on? Because I really want people to connect with you. And I love the message of I am, and I am going to shout it from the rooftops as well, because I really support and your brand and your message behind it is so powerful, and it's the message we need, especially in 2020. What kind of message would you like to leave the audience on today?
Yes, I wanted to let y'all know that this is one powerful statement that helped me. Don't let your disability affect your ability. And when I say that, not just mentally, but also not just physically, also mentally as well. Don't let your disability affect who you are. Don't let your mindset talk you out of doing things. Don't let your doubt talk you out of doing things. Don't let your fear talk you out of doing what you want to do, because you can't do it. There's power in the pandemic. If you turn your pain into purpose, whether it's a bad childhood or whether it may be, turn your pain into purpose, because it's not about us. It's about the people out there that want to hear from us that's also going through it, because you never know that one voice or that one person you touch, you start them for suicide, or start them for doing things that could have caused them not to be in this world again. So don't let your disability disqualify who you are. Don't let what it may look like stop you from keep going. No, and it's purpose and everything you're doing is lessons and adjustments and everything you're doing. If you just continue to grow in it, allow yourself to understand who you are and the power you have within you, everything's gonna be okay. And also, if you don't understand, definitely I'll let it go to a strategy call with any of y'all, and we could talk about your plans, your goals, and anything you may be dealing with that you're stuck in. And I would love to help you out as well.
Oh, thank you so, so much for being brave to share your story. You're so appreciated. And you can find our podcast on YouTube, the Facebook group, A Victim to Victory podcast series. If you got value from today, please connect with Art. He is changing the world. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Tell your friends about I Am. And I'd like to leave you with a message of step into your story, figure out who you are, and do it on purpose. Thanks a lot, Arthur.
Thank you for that, Ms. Trace. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You speak so well. I had goosebumps when you were talking. Oh my God, I'm empowered. I'm empowered. I actually work, my full-time job is a job coach with the Australian government and disability services. So I can completely relate to seeing people's abilities instead of disabilities. And that's why I really like to give a platform to people who have overcome and helping others, because it's just so important. The world just needs that hope and that community at the moment. And you're doing an amazing job. And I really hope people connect with you. And I'm going to send your message out to as many people as I can for you. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much as well. I appreciate it.
And send me a link where people can contact you, okay?
Yes, I sure will.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.